Another Monday, another Tag Back, the show where every week I take a look at a blaster from the past to see what it could offer us today in the future. This week's specimen, the Nerf N-Strike Rapid Fire AS-20, or as it is originally known as, the Nerf Rapid Fire 20. This is one of the older blasters that was re-released under the N-Strike line and originally came out in 2001? This thing is over a decade and a half old, and then it was re-released in 2003 with the new color scheme and the N-Strike logo and the new Nerf logo put on it, and then again in 2005 apparently as a Toys R Us exclusive. Apparently it was pretty popular, and I can kind of see why. This thing is a powerhouse. This blaster is not to be messed with, and for a stock blaster, oh boy. It looks like a madman's dream. There is a pump up here, which it takes roughly 20 pumps to fully fill up. And hilariously enough, there doesn't seem to be any kind of overpressure relief in this, which is one of the reasons why this handle moves when you pump it, and this pump is in fact damaged. I guess they just wanted to fit one more pump in there. Then there's tubing into what looks like some kind of tank. It probably holds a bladder. And then you get up here where you have this weird spring mechanism and then whatever this is. And you'll see quickly how this thing actually fires. Up at the front, you've got a 20 dart rotating turret, which just looks mean, especially with the accurate darts there. They just look like they're going to eat you like little tiny mini missiles. You've got some kind of crazy cheek rest up here, and then this dial on the side, which switches it between semi-auto and full auto, or rapid fire. It's kind of impossible to see. It is embossed on the plastic right there. And the older version, which came in black, red, and gray, shows a sticker right here that lets you dial it in for whatever you want. Unfortunately, mine doesn't seem to work because it just fires in full auto no matter what. Lots of black plastic on here, which doesn't really seem to do anything. It does kind of cover your hand right there and give you something to look down. There's no sights or anything on it. It is a pretty comfy handle. The trigger is identical. Maybe not identical, but very similar to the Titans. It has the same kind of hollow, big plasticky feeling. I'm putting off firing this thing because honestly, even at this close range, it does pack a wallop. It honestly hurts. And its firing speed is pretty amazing. A lot of you will draw similarities, there we go, to the Mag Strike, and it is very similar to that. And honestly, it's kind of the evolution of the old Wildfire, which is very similar to this, although a total piece of crap for the most part, because they tend to leak and can't be modded worth anything. I can't pump this anymore, which makes me think it doesn't have an overpressure. But whatever, time to fire it. And I'm going to give just a shot of what the velocity is like up here, and then we'll do another one quickly of the actual movement up here, which is quite impressive. I'm putting this off because it really hurts my hand. Oh god, that hurts. You can see on my hand it's getting red just from those impacts. And then the actual mechanism, it's going to fire another dart off. I'm sorry, fish tank. I'll block the fish tank for you. Take a bullet for you guys. It's a really weird mechanism. Very, very, very strange. And it takes like 3 pumps to fire one dart most of the time. It's very inconsistent about that. I'm guessing you can do some kind of spring upgrade up here, which requires more air power, I'm guessing, but will give you a lot better velocity. I don't know, I've never modded this thing and I've never seen anybody mod it, but it is really, really cool looking. I can honestly recommend picking up a Rapid Fire AS-20. It's almost, I would say almost war-worthy. It hits hard, it gets fair distances, and it's turret fed, so it will shoot stickies, it will shoot elites, it doesn't really have a preference for anything. I don't think it'll shoot the streamlines because the dart tip is too long to fit in there, and you could probably do some easy mods by rebarreling this thing because each one of these I'm sure has some kind of air restrictor system in it. But I'm just speculating at this point because honestly I've never seen one of these taken apart. It is a very cool blaster. I can recommend if you can find them for cheap. I picked this one up for $5 from a thrift store. It's pretty beat up, but it still hits like a truck. What do you think about the Rapid Fire AS-20? Do you own one? Have you modded it? Do you know of any cool mods? Please let me know in the comment boxes below, because I will check those out. And of course, go ahead and let me know what kind of blaster you want to see next week on Tagbacks, because this one was recommended by a few different people, or at least one person who posted multiple times. I can't tell which. But regardless, it has been done. So if you want to see something else talked about next week, just drop it in the comment boxes below. And until next time, I'll be seeing you in a different video.